One thing that will make your video stand out from the crowd is not only having nice, clean graphics, but adding motion to those graphics. And you can do that right within Adobe Premiere Pro. I use Adobe After Effects for a lot of my own motion graphics, but a lot of what you can do for some basic graphics can be done in Premiere Pro. So let's for this title right here, say we want to have it pop up onto the screen. What we can do is select this clip, and this can be done for any clip, whether it's a title, a video clip, a photo, and then go to the motion tab. We saw the motion tab before when we were controlling the size and the placement of our photos. We can add keyframes to create an animation. It's a thing that tells Premiere Pro that at this moment in time, this clip should do this. It should be at this size, at this position, at this rotation, or at this opacity, or anything like that. So let's zoom in here to this graphic. Let's go forward just about a second or so. And we're going to set a position keyframe. So up here in the first line, we have position. Click the stopwatch next to position. It creates this keyframe right here. Then go back to the start of the clip just by dragging up here or down here to the very start of the clip. And all we have to do is move the position down or to the left or to the right. So if we do that and then we play through this.
Everyone that I knew and their mama's babies.
And I'm realizing halfway through creating this class how odd this is to be using this footage of Anthony in a bikini and tight pants. So I apologize that this has probably been the weirdest course, the weirdest edit that you've ever seen. But I don't want to go back and re-record everything with another project because I think this is a very important project. So don't mind Anthony in his tight pink shorts. So anyways, what you didn't notice was the video or the title was popping up.
Everyone that I knew.
And it pops up a little bit slow. So I'm going to make it a little bit faster. So I go to the ice bucket text. Then I can just take this second keyframe and move it to the left to make it faster.
Everyone that I knew.
That looks good, but it's not too fluid. It just kind of comes on and then stops abruptly. And that's because the animation between these two keyframes is linear. It's going at the same rate from the very beginning to the very end. But that's not how things move naturally in the world. When we start to run or we start to move, we start slowly, then we get faster, and then when we're about to stop, we don't stop abruptly unless we run into something. We slow down and then we stop. And so for this one, we wanted to ease into this final resting spot. I don't really care how fast it goes from the beginning, but at the end, I want it to ease into that last spot. So I'm going to just right click this second keyframe, go to temporal interpolation, and go to Bezier. And you see that the keyframe changes from the diamond to this hourglass figure. So now when you play through it, it kind of slows down to the final resting spot. And I think that looks a little bit more natural. So that's how you add sort of an intro motion to a title. Say we want to just add a little bit of motion to this entire graphic, just going from left to right just a little bit. What we can do is select this title, go to motion, set a keyframe at the very beginning for position, then go somewhere in the middle. Usually I go just anywhere in the middle and just drag the position to the left or to the right, wherever you want, maybe just to the right just a little bit. And then I'm going to drag this keyframe all the way to the right. So it's at the very end. Now if we play through this, you get this very subtle motion, super subtle, but the more subtle I tend to think the better, the more professional it looks. So that's how you add motion to your titles, or you can do this to any other graphic in Photoshop. So that's how you add motion to your titles in Premiere Pro.